Welcome back to that handicapping show. I'm Claire Novak, joined once again by Tom LaMarra, and we are back in the studio waiting for the Belmont Stakes, but in the meantime we have another race to take a look at, and that is the $100,000 Louisville Handicap, a mile and a half on the turf at Churchill Downs for 3-year-olds and up, and this race drew a field of 9. Tom, it's a wide open race. There are a lot of ways to go here for the betting public, but there are some horses who have experience on the dirt, horses who have experience on the turf. And who do you like in here?
And some horses who have regularly run against each other.
Yes.
With the mile and a half, you know, you always look for horses who have at least run well at the distance. But if they haven't run a mile and a half, that doesn't mean that they can't run well at the distance. So it's an excellent race to bet. I'm really not sure who the favorite's going to be. I settled on the 3 outside horses. We have a 9-horse field, so it would be Patriotic and Proud, Golden Soul, and Extra Luck. And the reason that I like Patriotic and Proud is, number one, he's proven at a distance. He likes the turf, and he's kept pretty good company. He finished good seconds twice behind Finnegan's Wake in California, and of course that horse came back and won the Grade 1 Woodford Reserve Turf Classic at Churchill Downs. Also, it's kind of hard to judge the pace in this race, but he is a horse that can be close up when he stretches out at longer distances, and that'll probably help him from the 9-hole. Of course, this is a 3-turn race at Churchill, so he'll be the widest as they head into that first turn, but it's a decent run.
All right, and I agree with you about Extra Luck, who's a horse that I was looking at. This one for Neil Howard. He ran well down at the fairgrounds over the winter, came up to Keeneland, and was second in an allowance there. And I'm not picking him on top, but I do think he's going to run well. As far as the past fairgrounds form, you saw him running behind horses like Chocolate Ride, who had a really good winter there. So Extra Luck, the exchange rate gelding. I'm going to take a look at him.
All right, he hasn't won a stakes yet. He spent a lot of time trying to clear his conditions, but you know, his race at Keeneland at a mile and a half was very good, and again, he is a horse that has some early speed and should be close enough, and it looks like he's able to run on late. So.
Maybe I'll pick him to win.
Good. The price may be pretty good on this horse.
Golden Soul in here, you know, has done so much for trainer Dallas Stewart, and they do seem to have found his wheelhouse back on the lawn and have done so for a really long time. So you picked him in part of your trifecta.
I did. He is 2 for 2 at Churchill Downs, and he's had a really strong series of regular works on the grass at Churchill Downs. Really nice works. You know, he lost a Chocolate Ride last time out at Fairgrounds in the Fairgrounds Handicap. That horse came back to win. You know, he's hung around for a while now. He doesn't always fire his best shot, but I think in this spot, with those works on the grass, he clearly was pointing to this race, and I think he's also a factor. But again, he's one of several horses that will have to come from off the pace. So we'll see what happens. Right,
he's a son of Perfect Soul, a homebred, and he's not a gelding. He's a horse, 5-year-old horse, and in the Louisville Handicap, he did finish 9th, so he's looking to rebound off of that. But he's had some time, and like you said, those turf works should have him in good shape. One other horse I'm going to take a look at is Cozy Kitten for the Makers, and this horse, or for Mike Maker for the Ramseys, and this horse is going to stretch out and try going from the shorter distances, and actually, I can't even read. I can't see my PPs. I'm like, what? Shorter distances.
I'm struggling too. So.
It's that Triple Crown fatigue is what it is. He won a mile and an eighth last time, stretching out from a mile. He was second at Gulfstream, and so I think he might be one. You never discount Maker and the Ramseys at Churchill Downs, and especially a Ramsey runner on the grass and a Kitten's Joy runner to boot.
Yes, and again, this horse was claimed last year and he's run well since the claim in Stakes Company. Real quick too, that I did not point out that the Mark Casse trained Patriotic and Proud lost his last 2 races to Majestic Harbor, who was in this race. Those 2 races were scheduled for the grass. They came off the turf. Patriotic and Proud, I think, clearly prefers the turf. Majestic Harbor, we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
But that being said, when you pick a horse on top who's lost twice, his last 2 starts, to somebody else in the race, it might not hurt to throw the horse in.
Yeah, I really do. I almost wanted to pick Majestic Harbor just because he has run in such tougher company than this. But it really is still a question to us how he likes the turf and does he prefer it, because in his previous starts when the races were not taken off. I mean, he didn't run so great on the turf. But you know, that race in February, he ran in the the San Marcos and finished just completely off the board. So the other 2 times when he was supposed to run on the turf and it came off, it is just a big question mark. And we know he likes the slop. So, you know, if it rains over this weekend and it's sloppy.
I think it's supposed to be a very nice weekend. So I think this race will definitely stay on the grass.
All right. Well, we will keep you posted on bloodhorse.com as any developments. And as always, we're going to be headed up to Belmont. Well, I will be headed up to Belmont. Tom will not be, but I'm hoping we can get somebody like Peter Rotundo on the show like we did last year. Or perhaps we'll have an appearance from Jeremy Balin, our California correspondent.
Possible.
So who knows what will happen up in New York as American Pharoah bids for the Triple Crown, but we will have all of our coverage for you. And actually, we're going to have some coverage from Churchill where he puts in his final work on the 31st or on the 1st of June, depending on what Hall of Fame trainer Bob Baffert tries to do. So we will keep you posted. We always want to thank Aquabase for the PPs, and thank you for watching that handicapping show.